Well, welcome to the second installment of I Am on the Fringe, and it's been absolutely great. In fact, over the past week, we've been able to, do a lot better than we did before. We were able to afford things we didn't have before. I got a haircut from Tariq Amin, which is the 14-hour sleeping look, and it's absolutely brilliant. It actually looks like I was asleep for 14 hours. And we've got fan clubs all over the country. Zeeshan has one in Bajor, I've got one in Gomal Mindi. So, I'm quite pleased about that. Wherever we go in the country, people stop us, they want to talk to us, they want to discuss about all the people we've met. Just take the example of this girl we met the other day. She was positively bugging us just so that, we could talk to her.
Hey, how you doing?
It went pretty well.
For this episode, we had to go to Lahore, which not in French but in Urdu signifies a very beautiful, beautiful city. We are very lucky that we had a chance to travel on the motorway, which was essentially made so that we didn't have to, mingle with the poor people. Lahore is a city that is full of history. In fact, its history is so deep that the first McDonald's was opened in the city of Lahore. We looked through all the historical sites, the KFC, the Pizza Hut, the Cafe Zouk. All these things gave us that rich meaning of history that Lahore is full of. A little history. In the 1960s and 1970s, a quartet took America and then the world by storm. They were the Beatles. And the Beatles had three immensely gifted songwriters. And of course, there was always, that little extra guy way back called Ringo Starr. Unfortunately for Ringo, he caused a great deal of shame to the drumming world. Unpopular, unloved, and part of the most successful band in the world. Kids all around the world threw in their drumsticks and bought guitars instead. Ringo then, in shame to earn money, went to Japan to make silly hair commercials. It is a great shame to be a drummer, but there are people all around the world who are trying to change the image, trying to forget and eliminate Ringo Starr from their past. And in great appreciation, we would like to introduce to you a percussion band, Overload, who are part and parcel of this great worldwide movement to make people forget about the heritage of Ringo Starr.
Okay, we're here with Fadi of Overload, and it's cramped quarters and filling up my dream of being in fashionable circles and, a hip crowd. So everyone here is pretty hip and all that. Can everyone else introduce themselves?
Yeah, hi.
So can you tell us something about your band Overload?
We started playing Saiji and myself and Jura Sai. We started playing in November last year. We'd met in London. We were doing a show together, so we decided that we'd get back to Lahore and figure something out, and it would be interesting to collaborate. Hassan came in. I've known Hassan for many years now. He sings as well. Seen band के वीडियो में देखा होगा आपने इनको.
अगर देखा.
Then Shiraz, I contacted Shiraz. We've been working together for ages now. Everybody actually made a place in the band. Like Hassan made his place in the band.
It sort of clicked.
Yeah.
It's sort of like gelled. It's just exploring rhythm, and it's this. I think the difference is it's something that is taking classical knowledge and rhythmic knowledge, proper text, technical knowledge, and taking it forth in today. I think very few people are doing that here.
Yeah, I have two questions which are, I mean, not related so much to overload.
Yeah.
But first is, when somebody takes up drumming, it seems most people fall into it, or do people actually say, yes, I choose to be a drummer, and that's what they learn first?
I don't know whether that's true for just for drumming or for any instrument, because I started playing guitars. So I just picked up a nylon string guitar, and I played that for about a year and a half. Then I went to a friend's place who's much older than us. 70s में वो ये classic rock वगैरह बजाता था. He had a Numan bhai. He had a shocking pink drum kit full of disco action wali. So वो I just started messing around with it. उन्होंने कहा कि यार तुम तो अच्छा खासा बजा सकते हो. I can tell कि तुम्हारे में वो चीज़ है. So I mean वो I guess you're right. I sort of fell into it.
And the other thing, which is again, I mean, I've heard that you've worked with literally most of the, leading edge musicians. But with drummers especially, the only band that I saw that took a drummer in and made them part and parcel of the lineup and of the image was probably Noori, at least that's what comes to my mind.
Yeah.
And, the drummer is always on the periphery. Why don't bands actually want to keep a drummer? Is it that during the process of making music they think that is a very minor part into songwriting?
That is very true. When I talk to people about music, or if any drummer talks to people about music, लोग समझते हैं कि यार ये तो drummer है, ये तो musician नहीं है. Whereas drumming is not, I mean, you're not just banging on any surface. It's a musical instrument. Each drum, each cymbal, each note that you hit is, you're creating music with that. For example,
What the whole thing is.
Queen didn't have a drummer, so we would never hear "We Will Rock You." I mean, drummer के बगैर आप काम नहीं कर सकते. I mean, strings कर रहे हैं, उनका बिल्कुल बड़ा अच्छा जा रहा है. I think if they were to have a drummer, it would, they would have to rearrange their songs. But अभी जिस तरह वो कर रहे हैं ठीक है. But the rest of the bands, for example, Fusion or Noori or these bands, ये क्या करेंगे drummer के बगैर live? I don't think they can do much.
Okay, coming to songwriting, I mean, when you look at the liner notes for, say, Queen, you realize the drummer actually wrote a few of the songs.
Yeah.
If you do the same with, say, Metallica, their drummer also had a huge part of the process. Tool, whoever it might be, I mean, but here at least, I mean, I've never gotten the feeling that a drummer was essential to the songwriting process.
Yeah, that's very true.
Whenever you've played around, do you feel that, your input is sought? Or is it just accidental that you come up with something and it's looped in?
Actually, when I was playing with Noori, मेरा input था उसमें, लेकिन Ali Noor was doing most of the songwriting. गाने पहले से बने होते थे, and drums की जगह खाली छोड़ दी होती थी. बाकी I don't think के my services have been appreciated या किसी drummer की भी services appreciate हुई हो.
Yes.
Well, general perception ये है ना कि the drummer is probably the least important person in the songwriting process.
Yes.
But actually it was not like that. But जैसे हम लोग जब Mindride में काम कर रहे थे, even हम जब sequence पे काम कर रहे थे, तो songwriting पे काम कर रहे थे, drum sequences सारे फादी खुद बैठ के इसके ऊपर बनाया करते थे.
Ever since I'm from Peshawar, I've nothing invested, socially with anyone. I found out it's a really dog-eat-dog thing when you talk to one and then the other. But it seems at the same time it's more difficult to be doing what you do. But it's a bit easier, everyone else lays off.
See, our priorities are totally different, first of all. ठीक है? We're not in it for the money. We're not in it for the glamour, right? We seriously, ठीक है, सब कहते हैं ये, but I think I can safely say for us that we, are not in for it for any kind of fame, unless, of course, it's because of what we do.
If
right?
it comes our way,
we're
because
not
of what we do, fine. We're more than happy with that.
But we're not in it for being stars, like a lot of people out there are.
Yeah, for us it's
Till the
about
end.
the learning experience and the journey,
Yes.
rather than being out there and being noticed and being appreciated, and walking out of an airport and signing autographs and paparazzi खड़े हों वहाँ पे हमारी तस्वीरें खींच रहे हों.
Do you guys know my name by any chance?
I don't. What is it?
I want to be noticed. They should take my name. So pepper this with my name, Fasi. Yes, this, that.
Sorry, what's the name?
Fasi.
Fasi.
Yes.
Okay.
And you know me because you watch TV.
Yes.
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 Alright.
Yes, we know you.
And have you played live yet for an audience in a concert?
Yes.
And how is the reaction?
In Lahore and Islamabad, it's been great. Karachi wale thode se wo they didn't know what to make of this kind of music, because Karachi mein
Too much fish in their diet or something.
yeah maybe that true.
Right.
Yeah.
The younger crowd appreciated it.
Uh-huh.
Because
Could they bhangra to your music, basically? That might have been the problem.
धमाल जब हम बजाते हैं तब तो सारी दुनिया और उनका बाप साथ उठ के करते हैं.
Prime difference is people here, right? They want to see a vocalist.
Okay.
Yeah,
Vocals
that's right,
बहुत यहाँ पे वो करते हैं लोगों को, you know.
5 percussionists stage पे हैं. The stage is cluttered with different kinds of drums. Then ऊपर से साईं जी और Hassan with his long hair and
Okay, and Shiraz, what are you doing in a percussion band?
Actually, my work is generally about empowering what Farhad and other percussionists are doing. So I don't have to really play an active role as such. I'm just going to provide some atmospheric music.
Shiraz has also come in and sort of brought everybody together.
I'm just, just to finish this off, and we usually ask people to give a message or something like that to the audience, but I thought I'd put you on the spot and ask you to do a vocal drum harmony that somehow said goodbye to everyone. Speak the language of drum to say goodbye to.
यार ये कैसे हो सकता है? क्या कह रहे हो यार? Do you know what you're talking about?
जब ताल बोलते हैं उसके ऊपर तू तिहाइयाँ देना जरा 2-4.
क्या मतलब
This is a final goodbye message from us.
And it goes something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Like music, cinema is a great vehicle for art. And we want that this program should promote both, streams of expression. And what we'd like to do is introduce this new segment where we take filmmakers on the underground who haven't had a chance to come onto TV and produce, those intensely personal pieces of work that show, their artistic processes. So now we would like you to watch the 15-second intellectual film of the week. This film made me think a lot. I've been touched deeply. And its postmodern expression, I just wonder what was the cameraman thinking when he made this. And I know art is something that, it depends on every person's individual, processes of interpreting it. And I think this one was about world peace. And I love it. Amazing discovery of the week. In the musical world, we've all been fascinated by this huge legal wrangle between Jal and Atif Aslam, each accusing the other of stealing each other's songs. But we have come to realize that the name Jal is also stolen. And we would like to be the first to break this news to you. Jal is basically copied from
Jal, Japan Airlines.
pop psychology.
As an expert in pop psychology, that guy just walked in the room whose place this is, Mikhail Hassan's. So we're just gonna psychoanalyze these 4 things here.
Okay.
This is part of the decorations. And this is like, the great master on the seat. Everyone wants to take the apple. This is the aim of the music, is just to get everyone dancing on their tune. This is how painful music creation really is. You have to bend your soul backwards to get everything. And this, he probably watched a movie somewhere where he got an award for being a good viewer. So behind every artist's decorations are his soul. And this is the soul of Mikhail Hassan right here.